let me ask you this: as far as the conferences, we see some things that make absolutely no sense when conferences, like schools on the West Coast and the Big East, and Big Ten has 13 schools.
It's because they get paid.
Yeah. So, but I say that to say everything is derived around football, and the conferences is just going crazy.
No, they ain't. They're going money. They're going business.
So I say that to say, is there ever any way possible that you foresee Jackson State being in a power conference at some point in time?
I would like to see that when we're ready. We got to be ready. Now, when you start jumping conferences, and I don't want to just jump to no baby conference. If I'm going to jump, let's bungee jump. Let's do the doggone thing, okay? So I got to get the Travises. I got to get Travises there too, okay, up front, on both sides, offensive, defensive line, with some depth, because that's how the big boys will get you now. They can't mess with you on the skill position because we got a quarterback that can spin it. We got receivers that can go, DBs that can go, linebackers that can bang and cover. Where they get you is right here in the trenches. Because now when they rotate. Yeah. And they got 8 heat-seeking missiles coming, and you may have 4. So sooner or later you're going to wear down. So you got to beef that up if you want to compete with the big boys.
But you would like that? Or be open to it?
I want that.
Yeah, I mean,
I want that.
What conference would you want to be in?
I know
it don't matter. A conference that is gonna
SEC
make sure that we don't have a struggle no more. Because everything is a struggle. Everything is not enough. Everything is less than. Everything is like thereof. It's gonna be a conference that can put the whole school on. That we straight.
SEC would be big. It could be Big 12 too. I mean, if it's in that SEC is like
SEC is the biggest.
This is the biggest, and it's
but
tough.
You gotta understand, when you start talking like that, you gotta have somewhere to house them.
And so that was.
So you got stadiums. You gotta have all the facilities.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody. Come on, man.
Yeah, I want to get to the facilities, but I want to talk.
SEC coming here like this.
You said playing the big boys, and I know one of the things you touched on recently was the money games.
True.
And the disparities in that. Can you elaborate and explain to people, because when we see let's pick a random school, let's say you guys play Alabama.
So you just saw Alabama State
Alabama
play
State
against UCLA.
Right.
Okay.
Big dog.
I don't mind that. But tell the kids what it is. I'm playing for money. I'm playing so that we can pay for this, pay for this. Don't act like you got a chance, because you know you don't. And then if you playing for money, do real business. So you getting 500,000 or 590,000, whatever was reported. Why don't you call and check and see how much a charter flight is, 2 charters, because you got one for the team and one for the band. Okay, going to California. Now you got hotels and all that, all those accommodations, and probably 2 nights of food and all that. That's probably 6 meals. That's going to be an upward of 700, 800 to $1 million. But you're getting 590. So you took a L and took a L.
Going and getting beat down.
Literally.
Yeah. So
to me, if I put my kids in a situation where there's no win and is detrimental to their health, I'm selling them out. We big on that terminology in African Americans. I'm putting you in a situation where I know you're not gonna win, and I'm not even getting handsomely compensated for it. That's the problem. But you have the same situation when another school goes to Nebraska and play, and they get 1.4, 1.7. Another school goes to Penn State or go to one of these other schools, and they get 1.5, or they get 1.3. They're doing better business.
Right.
To me, isn't the value not in the school that could beat me, it's in the school that I'm gonna beat. Because I really just played a setup game just to beat you, right? If I'm paying you, that means I need to whoop you.
Yeah.
Right? When a boxer pays another boxer, they paying him to what? Whoop him. Mayweather ain't gonna pay you if his purse is 20 million and he paying you 15 million. No, he's gonna pay you significantly less because he know he gonna whoop you.
Yeah.
It don't make sense to me, man. The numbers just don't add up to me. Yeah. That's a problem for me.
So who negotiates that from the? It
has to be the AD.
The AD does it.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, because I remember when I used to play basketball, and I remember used to see like Coppin State. They used to always the first 15 games was on the road. They play Ohio State, Michigan.
Beat downs. Pockets fat though.
Start the season off like 0-10, 0-12.
I was gonna say the SEC has that 1 week every year. They're like, this is Cupcake City. Why are you playing UCL Monroe?
Because it's a pay game for them.
Right.
Yeah, but you got to make sure you get compensated enough. It's not worth my kids getting hurt. Then I got to go and talk them. You know what? We could do it next week. I know what happened last week. I'm sorry about that. We had to go get the bag. That's what the conversation should be. We had to go get the bag. Yeah. But guess what? We could do it this week. We could beat them.
Yeah. But
I can't do it. I can't sell my kids like that.
That's what I'm saying. Even when you get the bag, it's still coming back to the school, not necessarily the program.
Go. And you ain't even bringing enough back because you got to make it back home.
Right.
And you didn't even get enough to even make it back home with a bag.
And at some point, a conversation has to be had about funding for these schools, especially the state schools, because it's like, why? A lot of these, Ohio State is a state school. Like, Florida State's a state school. But why the black state schools never get any money at all?
Enrollment. You got to talk about enrollment. And we got to stop accepting whatever they give us. They can't just throw no money at you and you say, oh, thank you. No, man. Stop accepting the foolishness that they give you. If you accept peanuts, they're going to think you're a monkey. Sooner or later, you got to stop dancing and clapping for the little dimes they're throwing in your plate. And you got to demand we deserve more, and this is why, and it's documented.
So one of the things you talked about, obviously, is the facilities. If we're going to grow and win, and with winning comes success, comes more money. I know even like here, when you came here, this room we were sitting in did not exist.
No, it didn't.
Right. So
the practice field did not exist. The other practice field did not exist. None of this existed. And we're thankful that we have an AD that knows how to fight. And we partner and we communicate and we articulate to one another the needs and the thoughts and the process of getting them.
Yeah.
And then I got partners.
Right.
Who help.
And then one of the things that kind of got glossed over was like, even when this wasn't ready, Coach Prom said, look, take half of whatever I'm making, make it happen.
Yeah, I had to finish.
Get it done.
I had to get it done. Because I get tired of telling people this. Sooner or later, you just, hey, man, I do it. I'm going to only tell you to cut the grass 3 times. Okay, after that, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not going to sit up here and just cry. I'm going to give you an opportunity to do what you've been handsomely paid to do, your job. Then again, I'm going to do it.
So you've become the most recognizable person in the state of Mississippi. And I don't even think it's close, probably by a landslide. So with that, I'm assuming there's a lot on your plate that you probably necessarily didn't sign up for. So we just had...
No, I'm not going to say that.
No?
Everything that's on my plate, I've been through the process at the youth level, at the high school level, or at some level. God has taken me through it in the dark. So when you hit the lights, I was ready.
My graduates from my school being Forbes, bag drop.
Bag drop.
A mic drop, bag drop.
Bag drop.